we were preparing for UPSC. You definitely have to upskill yourself. That is for sure, no doubt about it. But if you don't know all these sectors and still preparing for UPSC just to get into civil service, maybe you should take a step back, because it is equally rewarding, or it is amazing to work with as a social impact consultant, as an MEL role, things out which are there in the social impact sector. So for the political consulting also, it is amazing. Because even the political consulting classes, we had case studies, we had some frameworks for to understand how to go about the political consulting things. So I have used that also in my interviews in public policy. So Rebounce was an amazing opportunity for me. So you need to upskill, then you start applying for the job. The white paper was the most amazing academic thing I have done in my entire life. So I still cherish doing the whole process. The whole process was amazing. One thing I want to tell UPSC aspirants is that, I had the conversation with my friends as well. So there is once you are in the corporate sector or you start applying, you are not an UPSC aspirant anymore. You are a professional. So when you're giving the interview, be confident. Don't be submissive. Like, you're already there. Be confident with your ideas, knowledge, everything.
Thank you so much, Jeeya, for agreeing to this conversation. And many congratulations again for landing a role with Vidhi Center for Legal Policy.
Thank you.
As far as I know, it is one of the prestigious organizations working in the policy space on the legal side.
Yeah.
And being an enthusiast come expert on the monitoring and learning side, I know this role is going to be super awesome for you, especially given the fact that they're starting a new MEL team and you get to sort of, be part of that team from the scratch. So many congratulations for that. Before that, let's start with an introduction. We'll just give a brief glimpse of your background and talk about your, academic qualifications. And from there, we will, talk about rest of your journey and how has that been up till now.
Okay. So I did my graduation from Kerala University. I'm a BTech graduate. So after while I was preparing for doing my graduation itself, I knew that I wanted to give a few attempts for the UPSC. So after college I was placed in TCS also, but I didn't take it. Yeah.
So
And
when was it like which year?
2017. I graduated in 2017. I was placed in TCS, but I didn't take the job. I straight away went for coaching. So I didn't clear the first time. The second time,
Okay. That's fine. It's really fast. Let's first talk about when did when was this thought came to your mind that look, after my engineering, I would be appearing for UPSC. I won't go into placements, this and that. What was the genesis of this thought? What were your motivations to go for UPSC, leaving aside everything? Because at the end of the day, it's also not a very easy decision, right?
yeah. So I studied in Kendriya Vidyalaya, Trivandrum, Pattam. So Trivandrum is known for being the academic, or the centered around the whole secretariat and everything. So people in my school is also very academically oriented. So it was a common conscience that me and my friends had, like we will be doing something related to the policy side. So that UPSC was a natural inclination for me. I was pretty sure that after college, I will be giving a couple of attempts for UPSC, because that was a natural call I had. Even in college, I was the IEEE chairperson. It's a technical thing. Technical group for engineers. So even in the IEEE, I founded one of the humanitarian chapter in my college. So I have always had the inclination towards the social sector, social impact sector. I used to volunteer for Make a Difference. There was volunteer for the well-being of autistic kids. So I was pretty much active in the social side, everything. So UPSC was a natural calling for me.
Got it. So it's like during school time, only you sort of made up your mind that, look, I will get into college, but after that, UPSC is gonna be my port of call.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
So that's So even after having my placement in TCS, I didn't go for it. I started preparing. So the first year it was I didn't qualify the prelims. Then second year I qualified the prelims, but I couldn't make through the mains. But since I qualified the prelims, I have already have some teaching experience with Make a Difference, and so I know how to teach. I'm not that shy with the crowd. So I started teaching in the local academies here in Trivandrum also. So for 4 years.
For UPSC, right?
Yeah, for UPSC.
Teaching people preparing for UPSC.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
okay, okay.
Since I already had an experience, I didn't have a issue with the crowd or have like teaching people. So I went ahead and accepted the opportunity to teach in one of the local academy here.
Okay, okay.
So there also, the teaching experience was very rewarding for me.
Okay, great, great. Okay, so UPSC happened, you were also teaching on the side. How much time did you devote to preparing for this examination?
So 4 years I have devoted. I cleared two prelims, but for the final means I couldn't clear because of 10 marks. So I was stagnant. I was really stagnated. So I didn't have the push or the motivation to study for an extra year. So that's when the call from the chief secretary came, as in he is starting an organization here in Trivandrum, which is focusing on building 21st century skills for the kids. So it pretty much overlapped with my forte as well, curating academic things. I'm also having a technical background. So it was pretty much in my forte. So I got the call and joined that company. After joining that company, it was again a very good exposure. I got so many good exposure from
So,
there.
so, so when you joined this company, UPSC was out, right? Mentally,
Yeah.
you were not prepared to sort of.
Yeah, I was still confused whether I
Okay,
want to do that or this. I was still confused. So I thought
okay,
like, okay, I will go through this journey and then sort it out because I wasn't able to figure out like what I want.
correct, correct, correct. Which is usually the case when you have spent 3 to 4 years preparing for UPSC. You have that mental setup starting from your school that okay, this is the examination I'm going to be taking. So finally, when you come to that stage where you realize that look, things are not working out, you are never fully out.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Okay, so before that, like, what was your mental makeup when you thought that okay, pre happened for the second time means did not happen by 10 marks? Like, what was that final push which made you think that look, okay, now I won't be spending full time preparing for UPSC. I need to do other things.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. For me, it was stagnation. I was so stagnant. I wanted to work, as in like I was in my primaries also. I had so many ideas. I wanted to work tools, whatever new innovation. So I didn't want to spend one more time studying because I've been studying the whole time. So I was like, I want to work now. I want to do something.
Got
So
it,
that was the
got it.
push, and I joined the company organization. The team was amazing. As in,
Okay,
okay, the first thing, the MD is a chief secretary. I got a lot to learn from him, and the other person was my CTO. The CTO was
Hmm,
again a person with lot of knowledge in the technology side, which eventually the knowledge he imparted actually helped me in the Vidhi interview as well. So
got it.
the team was amazing. The exposure I got was amazing. I got selected for to host the interview with national dignitaries like Shashi Tharoor, Rajiv Chandrasekhar, and one Chinmay Mission head. So it
Uh,
was a very rewarding experience. So I learned about like what to do with the technology side, as in like my CTO, I acted as an apprentice for him. I was so curious to learn things, so I acted as an apprentice. Studied like how to do the video editing, Excel, SQL, everything with him. So he used to teach me also. So it was a very rewarding experience, and even my MD and also the CTO would tell me like I'm really good with the work. I always used to hit the benchmark. I used to go beyond.
Beyond that.
Yeah, exactly. So I understood like this is working out for me, and I do have a UPSC domain knowledge, which is the social impact sector. So I confirmed that I want to work in the social impact sector. That is for sure. But my organization was in the nascent stage. It was just starting. So the roles were pretty overlapping. I was working as a system delivery person there, professional there, but I still had to do the reporting. I had to go through the monitoring side also, get the analysis, do the digital work also, look at the YouTube analysis. Everything was there. So it was pretty overlapping. So after 2 years, I understood that I should focus on one single thing and get into this public policy sphere, focusing on one single role or targeting so that it would be much more good for my career. So that is when I started exploring what other option I have, and I joined Rebounce.
Okay. Cool. So you always had that inclination towards social development, impact sector. This role sort of further firmed up that this is where maybe you want to make your career in.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how did you come to know about us?
Okay. So since I was also prepared for UPSC, for the YouTube suggestions, I used to get your video feeds.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't know anything about the political consulting sphere or the public policy. So, and also it is when it comes from a person who has already appeared for UPSC, you empathize with them. You understand like they already know how to put your UPSC knowledge into action. So that is why I wanted to explore like what Rebounce does, understand like how can I use my existing UPSC knowledge in the best manner.
Got it. Got it. So it was YouTube who sort of,
Exactly.
introduced you to us.
Yes, YouTube algorithm specifically.
Great. So now we know where to focus on to
Yeah.
expand our reach.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Great. Okay. So you went through our YouTube videos, and that's when you come to know about us. Then maybe you went through our profiles. Uh, you found out the fact that we are UPSC aspirants ourselves who made
Yeah.
careers in public policy, political consulting. Did that give you some level of confidence that maybe this is the organization or these are the guys who I would like to talk with and maybe figure out what next for me?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I did go through both of your profiles. So both of you are placed well. You did your UPSC. You know how the journey is, how tedious it is, how draining it is. So first thing, when a UPSC aspirant want to shift their career goals, we need some empathy, someone to empathize our feelings. So that is the first and the foremost thing we want. So that did work out very well, and you both are very amazing mentors. And the moment, like when you like ring you the first time itself, like you understand the vibe or the academic inclination both of you have. So it was that experience that made me sure or guaranteed that I want to do this.
Great. Sounds good. Now just talk through this whole journey with us. How has it been? Things which worked out for you. Maybe also talk about things which did not work out for you. And yeah, how has this been so far?
Okay. So in general, for me, Rebounds, the experience was amazing, no doubt about it. I really like how the modules are curated by you, both you and Jigyasu, for political consulting as well as for the public policy. I'm telling this because recently I attended a session by one of the premier organization in the impact consulting. So while I was attending the session, I was like, I already know all these things. So it already being taught in Rebounds. I just attended it to get a hang of like how the impact consultants are working because
So,
I'm also going to join. So I want to know how the market is being,
right.
how the market is. So I wanted to get an idea. But to me it was a repetitive thing, as in like I already knew the things that she was discussing, the person was discussing. So that in itself is a litmus test or a testimony, as in like how deeply and efficiently the rigor you have put into curate the whole module. And for the political consulting also, it is amazing because even the political consulting classes, we had case studies, we had some frameworks for to understand how to go about the political consulting things. So I have used that also in my interviews in public policy. So both have worked well for me. So that is to
Great.
give a general overall view. And also both of you are amazing mentors. You like one text away. You just if you need something, some help, be it anything, if you're emotionally exhausted, you want some help, you are just a text away. So that is a something that worked out well. And to tell my journey, Rebounds journey, I think I would do a timeline approach, as in like how it worked. So
Sure,
I
sure,
already
sure.
shared this story with you. So basically, there are like 5 milestones, which
Okay.
I think retrospectively, when I think, understand like how the journey went ahead. So first, I remember like my first call I made to you. As in, like I was so freaked out. I had to apply for a job. I was like, Akshat, I don't know whether I have the conviction, I have the mental for to apply for this job. I was so stressed out, and I had zero conviction. So I was
Yeah,
still
I do remember that conversation. There are very few conversations I remember. This is one of those.
okay. I vividly remember. I still remember that pictographic memory is still there in my mind.
Ah,
So I a person having zero conviction. Like I need conviction to work in a role.
Sure.
So then eventually, like who started, then there was a call for the one organization who had a very rigorous pre-work. So it was very quantitatively oriented. So while I was doing that quantitatively very oriented work, I understood that I want to work with MEL because it had lots of data. I was enjoying it, working it. I was making report out of it, and also I got a very good feedback from you. So that was a moment when I understood, okay, I want to do MEL. That is for sure. So that MEL I have chosen. But unfortunately I didn't get the call for the that particular organization. But I was still happy that
That was a
uh,
shocker for me as well, to be honest. And I told that to you, right?
yeah. Then came the white paper. So white paper was the most amazing academic thing I have done in my entire life. So I still cherish doing the whole process. The whole process was amazing. But even after the white paper, it was a guided thing, right? It was guided by you
Correct.
every now and then. So after the white paper was over, I was like still having confusion whether I can reproduce something, develop something, draft something like this without anybody's guidance. I did have doubt, but then came the rigorous part where we had to apply for every single job and we had to do the pre-work. We had to, like, in the pre-work, it is so rigorous that you have to apply all the knowledge and everything you taught in the public policy lab. Then only we can give a very good assignment and you get the selection. So while doing the pre-work, I understood that okay, now I can do things. I have applied things. I had the grasp of things. I was using theory of change, log frame, the monitoring evaluation framework, everything I have used. So I understood, okay, I can do it now. Then I gave two more interviews, but it didn't work out. But yeah, then came Vidhi. So for Vidhi, it was a pure MEL role that excited me the most. So it also had the pre-work. I did the pre-work, I did the first phase of interview, and the last interview, the final interview was so amazing to me. The experience was so amazing. It was a panel interview. It was a technical MEL questions were asked, but I was able to give the answer in the very best way. Even the all the panelists were so happy with me. So that's eventually I ended up with the MEL role in Vidhi.
Great,
So
great.
looking
Sounds
back
good.
retrospectively, my journey was from zero conviction to 100% conviction. Yeah.
Sound good. And I guess that's what we aim for, right? As part of this
Yeah.
program.
It is, it is.
Okay. I know there was a phase, after sort of, program was nearing the completion, you were applying for roles continuously, not getting through anywhere. We having discussions about it, and stuff like that. Uh, so how did you handle this phase? Because what I see is I talk to a lot of people, right? What I feel is after a point in time, people just lose conviction. They lose their trust and that they can actually land with a role. And they start thinking in different directions, not focusing on, you know, the one thing which we always talk about after the program completion, which is about apply rigorously, apply
Yeah.
religiously. This is
Don't
market.
wait
This is
for the
not an
project.
examination. Exactly. So like what made you, be convinced that look, things would work out. It's just that phase where things are not working out, but you're applying, you're giving your best to every role. So how was this phase like, and how did you keep your spirits up that things would happen?
Yeah. So, so I told you like before the white paper happened, I gave one interview that was for that organization.
Correct.
So there was two phases. Was pre-white paper and post-white paper. So
Okay.
post-white paper phase, I was so confident with the quantitative analysis. You ask me anything, I'll give you a very good answer. I was that confident. So the post white paper, I had one more interview with the CAGYP. It went really well. I was in the wait list, but it went really well. The I got amazing feedback from both the panelists, so I know that like maybe it was about other candidates being more
Correct.
better than me.
Correct.
So
Correct.
it isn't. It was maybe the luck or something. So I wasn't dejected by that. I know that I did pretty well. I had that self reflection, and I knew it. That is one thing. Second thing is there are some interview. I have a HR friend who works in Bangalore also. So we do have a discussion on like how these interviews are conducted. So she tells me her gyan also. She tells me like how interview should be conducted. So some of the interview experience I had was not that good.
Mm.
As in like the maybe the interview were a bit subpar. I'm sorry I had to use a word.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sometimes it is they may be subpar, maybe we are actually good for the role, but we can't have a good conversation, or like what I tell them, they may not be able to understand. So it is about the right fit. It is about the interview, it is about the organization. So while I was evaluating myself, I understood that organization I didn't get the call. It's because of not me, but because of the person who took the interview. So I also, like, when I was talking with, I also had two amazing interview experiences also. I told you that one person was a shelving scholar. He was really happy with my interview, how it went. I got amazing feedback from him. So I understood, like, okay, what are the language I'm using, which like he is appreciating or the interviewer is appreciating. So I understood, like, my forte or my inclination is more towards the MEL language and everything. I started using that eventually, like after, like, post the white paper also. So I understood, well, like when you retrospectively think, you do the evaluation by yourself, you will understand, okay, this is working out, this is not working out, this happened because of this. So you should have a report card of like how you are performing. Having a self report card. Second is like while we were doing the white paper, as well as for the case study in political consulting, we were supposed to make a group. So I had amazing 4 friends there. We used to meet every single day after the white paper also. We used to have a common job tracker for all of us. So 3 of us used to meet every single day. 3 of us used to go through the LinkedIn, goes to all the websites. We would share the job. And the tracker was set in such a way that, like, my report card would be like whether I have applied or not would be in one side, the other persons would be adjacent to that, and the third persons would be adjacent to the next column. So if one person applies, then it is a call that, okay, I didn't do the job, I should apply for this. So we made it a point to use an open platform where we three could see how we are doing. So it became a common shared experience, as in, like, when some person is down, we will be their cheerleader. So it was a shared experience. So when my friend who was among these three got the job, I was so happy. The same way, when I got the job, it was their it was their success as well. So that made a whole lot of difference. And I think, like, people should find a tribe where they are comfortable, because this worked out for me. This was the motivation that kept me going forward.
Brilliant perspective, I would say. Very rare in the market, to be honest. When you know that your friend is competing with you, you might not behave in a way you are expected to behave, right?
Yeah, I do understand, like, there is competition, but there were boundaries as well. Like, we had to do the same assignment. So we would be like helping them out. Don't give out your assignment. That is your patented work. Don't do that. That is not help, okay? That is going beyond the whole thing. So just help them, but don't go beyond that. Yes. So the boundary should be set, like, don't share your assignment. It is a patented work. I understand it is competition, but do share what opportunities are there, how to go about it. Like, when you brainstorm, you will understand, like, what should be there in your resume, CV, SOP. Then what all the question answers they are. So you could brainstorm and come up with some amazing points, how to bypass the whole thing. So it should be done. I think I would suggest, like, people to do that actually. So the boundary would be, since it's competitive, I understand that people would have issues, or they have questions. So the boundary would be, there will be assignments. Help them. Don't give out their assignment. I'm not asking you to do that.
Sure. Makes total sense. And I guess in general, collaborative or otherwise, that's what I ask people is to systematically track what roles are you applying for, what CV are you using for the application process, when did you apply, what
Exactly.
has
Yeah.
been the outcome,
Yes.
and the learnings from that.
Yeah. So our column was like, when did we apply or not? Then we had a column for, like, the date we applied. Then we had the column for, like, CV we gave out for that particular organization. Because once you get the interview, it's very hard to go back and remember which CV you gave out. So that is a deal breaker. Don't do that. You should.
Also, we have had cases in the past where, like, you're applying in a machine format every day, maybe 20, 30 roles, then someone calls you up and asks, did you apply for this role? You're lost. You really don't know whether you did apply or not apply. And that doesn't go really well with a lot of recruiters, right? So it also allows you to be more systematic in your approach, and knowing where are you applying, what sort of feedback are you getting, refining your strategy. And lastly, that's what I tell people, you ought to be having conviction.
You should.
Sooner or later, it works out. It might take a bit of a time, but it would work out. You should have conviction. If you do not have conviction, it would be really difficult for things to work out for you.
Yeah, I think like three of us were there. Like I was into MEL. My two other friends were there, were more into the advocacy role, but
Hmm.
they found it later only. So they did miss a little bit of the time. So just ensure that what particular sector, vertical you are interested, 80% apply for that, 20% as a buffer, apply for other roles as well.
Sure. We have been talking about MEL a lot of times. We've used this term. Can you please talk a little bit about what this MEL is all about? What do you understand by MEL for our
Okay, so
audience? Yeah.
So if we have, my previous organization was working with education sector. So we were focusing on how to build confidence, 21st century skills in kids. So we will, so for this particular organization to have, like they would have a pre-vision, which we just set up. Then there, we will be working towards achieving that particular vision or the mission. So, to understand whether we are achieving towards the goal, we need to monitor like how the target group or the audience is being focusing, like moving towards the goal. So we start with a pre-analysis, then there would be a post-analysis. As the project goes, we will be analyzing how they are progressing, how and their progress is company success also. Uh, this thing, okay. So most social impact sector, you know that it is a not-for-profit organization. So for a not-for-profit organization to sustain, we need CSR funds, donors, and everything. So donors are actually looking for whether the company would be making a progress. So the impact assessment is a very important step. So I understood that while I was working there in my previous organization. I had the opportunity to build, although I was naive, I had the opportunity to be with the team and do the impact assessment in my previous organization as well. So this is, so monitoring, evaluation, and learning is just monitoring how the company or the target audience, whoever you're giving the product or the
Or
project,
how
is
the
target
program is
group.
doing, you
Yeah,
monitor it, and then you
monitor it, then
evaluate.
evaluate with your analytical tools, then you understand like what is working, what not is working, what you should do. So you do the learning, so it would be a circular process.
Great, brilliant. Uh, just for our
And
audience. Yeah, sorry.
yeah,
Go
I
on,
wanted
go.
to add one more thing. So, with respect to the company I worked, was previous one was education. So, the impact can be measured using an assessment test, or it is a bit more easy. But the company I would be working next is Vidhi. It's focusing on the legal policy. So, legal policy is very difficult to measure. It do have other set of frameworks. Measuring the impact here is going to be a very challenging role, unlike the education other sectors. So I wanted to add that as well.
Yeah, and just for the audiences, challenging means more learning.
Yeah,
Challenging doesn't
definitely.
mean you should never get into it. That's not how it is in the corporate side of things.
Yeah,
Cool.
challenging is what makes you the whole learning experience. You understand a
Absolutely.
lot. Yeah, the
Absolutely.
learning
And
curve is really
absolutely.
high.
And that's how you grow as a professional. I always say, you should never shy away from challenges. In fact, you should take challenges, jump into challenges, especially at the
Exactly.
start of your career.
Yeah.
Cool. So now let's just move away from the details and take a very high level approach. Someone who is preparing for UPSC uh, now wants to get into activate the plan B, and maybe public policy is something the person is looking to get into. What would be your advice to them?
So public policy do have various verticals. We have research, advocacy, we have monitoring, evaluation, different things. So different, all these verticals have need different hard skills and soft skills. So you have to first understand like what are the hard skills and the soft skills which is needed. So if I take my case, monitoring, it requires a little bit more hard skills. Or advocacy, it needs a little bit more soft skills. So you understand what your forte is, what you want to do. So one thing is that understanding like what you want to do. Second is you already have the UPSC domain knowledge, so you don't have to worry a lot about which sector you're gonna work because you already have the domain knowledge. That is second. And third, you should definitely see. we were preparing for UPSC. You definitely have to upskill yourself. That is for sure, no doubt about it. You have to do it. You should have a idea about like how to go about things, how to work, how to do the analysis, how to come up with a brilliant technical report, because that makes a lot of change. How to if it is for the donors or anyone, how to make the best impact or give a good pitch or for donors. So you need some platform to work on all these things. So Rebounce was an amazing opportunity for me. So you need to upskill, then you start applying for the job. One thing I want to tell UPSC
Yeah,
aspirants is that, like, I had the conversation with my friends as well. So there is once you are in the corporate sector or you start applying, you are not an UPSC aspirant anymore. You are a professional. So when you're giving the interview, be confident. Like, don't be submissive. Like, you're already there. Be confident with your ideas, knowledge, everything. Though you're not asking for a job, you're being there. The company
absolutely.
also needs you, and you also need the job. It's a person job fit. So
Yeah,
don't be very submissive, asking for like, don't be a UPSC aspirant, be a professional.
correct, correct.
So that
Absolutely.
journey should be there from the UPC aspirant to the professional.
120%
Yeah.
agree with that.
And as you always say, confidence makes a whole difference. I'm very sure about it. Like, if you have that 80-20 rule, if you even have 20% confidence, that would make the 80% of the effect.
Absolutely. I take a lot of interviews. I hire a lot of people. I don't hire for brilliance.
Yeah, yeah,
I
exactly.
hire for attitude and confidence.
Yes.
Only when you have confidence in yourself, I can have confidence in you that you will be able to learn on the job and deliver on the job description.
Exactly.
Cool. Then similar, advice from your side to people who are still preparing for UPSC and are in a dilemma whether it is the right time to go for their plan B, or another year should be spent preparing full time for UPSC. What would be your advice to them?
Okay. See, there is no denying of the fact that UPSC is a very good opportunity for you to get into civil service. It's amazing. I accept that. But in my case also, uh, I didn't know about the social impact sector before, like while I was in college or school. So if a person knows that there is UPSC, there is the social impact sector, there are so many verticals where you can work. If you know all these things and you're making a reasonable or a intelligent choice, or consciously you're choosing UPSC, it's good. Okay, go for it. But if you don't know all these sectors and still preparing for UPSC just to get into civil service, maybe you should take a step back, because it is equally rewarding, or it is amazing to work with as a social impact consultant, as an MEL role, things out which are there in the social impact sector. So if you know all the choices you have and you're making the decision that you want to go for UPSC, do it. But if you don't know that these verticals or opportunities, careers are there, do analyze it, do give it a try, because it is amazing.
Great. Thank you so much. Just one last question, and you can answer it only if you are comfortable. Otherwise, you can
Okay.
give it a pass. It's all right. Many people I talk to, one of their concerns is, will I be able to make enough money when it comes to public policy or development sector, right? Uh, what are your thoughts on it? Did you ever had these, questions in your mind? What do you think about it in general?
Okay, okay. So let's call a spade a spade. When I have applied for a lot of job here, and also so in the entry level, I think the public policy professionals are paid a little bit more towards the lower side when you're starting. But starting as in, like, if you're not from a already not a graduate, like a tech background or something like that, maybe when you start it would be very difficult. But if you already done the sociology, economics, maybe you all the doors would open for you, because maybe you can get into as a associate consultant, and maybe the consultant role pays you a little bit more. That is one thing. Second thing, if you're like a technical background, you don't have any understanding of how the social impact sector works, you should have a starting point. For that starting point, it is true that the salary would be on the lower side, but when you have enough experience, you have conviction, the next step is gonna be a major leap.
Brilliant. Now, the next natural question is, what is that time period which you have to spend building your career in the policy space after you have got in, and you can feel reasonably good that now you are ready for that next big leap. I absolutely agree with you. Public policy careers take a bit of a time to take off.
Yeah.
There is no doubt about it. But what, in your opinion, is that that time where you have to invest your time, skills, be patient before it takes off?
Okay, so from my understanding, working with my previous organization, having did the upskilling with Rebounce, and having my conversation with public policy professionals. So I had the opportunity. I told you I had the opportunity to have a conversation with a World Bank MEL person. She's retired now. So the common thing I understood from your conversation as well as hers is that you should focus on the basics. You should be thorough with lock frame theory of change. That is the basic thing that is gonna make the change. You can be a public policy personnel, and also you can be a good, very good, best public policy personnel. So it is up to you whether which you want to choose. If you're going to be the best public policy personnel, you're going to make the leap very soon. So when you're starting, if you're not making that much money, just ensure that you are getting the most out of the like getting knowledge, getting your tools correct, learning SQL, Excel for MEL. I'm not talking about the other sectors. Understand, get the maximum knowledge from the first organization you're working. Even if, like, for me also, the roles were so overlapping, but it was an amazing experience there before. But now I have to focus, and I had to focus on one particular path.
Sure,
So
makes
I
sense.
think
I think I would echo the same sentiments. Focus on the knowledge that would compound in time.
exactly.
Cool, Jeeya. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure interacting with you as always. Wish you all the very best for this role.
Yeah, and also if anybody who's listening want to reach out to me, have a question, you can definitely reach out to me in LinkedIn as well. Yeah, I'll be available. I'll be happy to help you out. So yeah,
Great. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you.
thank
Thank you,
you.
Jeeya. Thank you for your time. All the best.